It's marvellous, isn't it? What make is that?
It's a Samsung.
Phantom.
No, not Phantom. Samsung.
Oh,
Japanese.
Samsung.
Japanese. Yes. Not an iPhone. Yes. Now, if you'd like to stand up and do a song and dance, you see, we could get that
Yeah.
get that on the screen as well. Quite neat, isn't it?
It's very good.
It's quite neat.
And you don't have one like that?
I've got a smaller one because mine has to fit in my shirt pocket,
Oh, I see.
so I have a smaller one.
That's his excuse. What he means is he wouldn't know how to use it.
I don't get into all this stuff. As far as I'm concerned, it's a phone. So, whereas Jane can look at the internet and everything on hers,
Yeah.
which I could if I had the right connection, but I haven't bothered paying for the right connection. So.
It's just very useful to be able to check things like train
When
times.
you're both on your laptops, is that not part of the internet or? Yeah,
You can get onto the internet with the laptops.
yeah. Which you do, both of you.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't do it as much as Jane does.
Yes.
Well, wasn't it on the internet that you were doing this? Yeah.
Yeah, Jane tends to use it as a recreational toy, whereas I use it as a tool.
That's tripe. Says the man who sits there all evening looking at things he can buy on eBay,
Oh, God.
like motorbikes and leather jackets and shoes and God knows what else. Whereas I use the internet to do important things. Well, that, yes.
Yeah.
And to do the really important things like banking and shopping for food and all the stuff that everybody else doesn't notice gets done.
How are you getting on at Sainsbury's? Are they still all right?
Yeah, not bad. They're very good actually. They didn't send something last week, and I rang them straight away, and they just immediately sent me by email a voucher for the amount of the thing that they hadn't sent, so that I can use it next time and so on. Yeah, they're all right. They do okay. They do okay. And what's really complicated, we were saying about going shopping at Meadow Hall. You can now go into the shop, a clothes shop, and if you find something you like but they haven't got it in the right size, they will check their online store. If it's available in the online store, they can order it for you there in the shop and you pay for it there in the shop, but then it gets delivered to you, same as it would be if you ordered it online. So it's all really kind of, round the houses and joined up. Yeah. So I went shopping last weekend and came home with a few bags of things, and then one day in the week there were four parcels all arrived, with a pair of trousers and 3 pairs of shoes and heaven knows what else. It's really useful. But you kind of forget that you've paid for these things and you've got no record of them. Very odd.
Yeah.
Very
But and then some of these adverts that you see, and they say it's cheaper if you buy it online. Well, why is that?
Because they don't have to pay for the physical place of the shop. They don't have to pay the rent or the furnishings, and also they don't have to pay the same number of staff. So you've got one person can deal with dozens of customers at once, rather than
Yeah,
one
but
customer at once.
how is it? I mean, how do you know that that's going to fit you if you buy it online or?
Well,
on eBay or
that's the
something?
tricky thing. You kind of have to know. You either have to know
I mean, sizes differ so much.
exactly.
Or style differs, or
Yeah.
you might not like it, is it?
Yeah, I don't tend to buy a lot of clothes online because of that.
Yeah.
But what I've been finding is, if you go into a particular shop and you know which size will fit you and you know what sort of thing you're looking for, then when you're looking at it online you can see, and quite often they have things online that you won't have seen in the shop.
Yeah.
So, but you can sort of say, right, well that size fitted me in the shop, so it'll fit me for this. And of course you just send it back if it doesn't. That's the thing.
And you have to pay postage on.
It depends. Some of them you do, some of them you don't. And of course, if they've got a shop as well as the online, then you can always take it back into the shop as well. So, it's kind of like buying something that you've not had a chance to try on, really. But for things like books or CDs or things that are going to be what you want, or you think are going to be what you want, it's a really easy way of doing it, because then it just gets delivered to you.
Yeah, after you read in the paper and they buy it online and all this, and they advertise that so much, and I think, Well, you know, that's what you go into a shop for, to see what it looks like, maybe try it on, because different shops have different fittings, don't they? You know, some are on the generous side, others use less material, so they're skimpy and all this. And you might not like it, even though it looks very nice, but when you try it on, it looks blooming awful. And I think, well, that takes all the pleasure out of clothes shopping.
Yeah, although on the other hand, it does mean that you can look at clothes from anywhere in the world. You know, you're not just limited with what's down in your high street. You know, and especially for sort of, you know, unusual shops and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, and things that you'd like to buy from but you can't get to easily. And it does mean it all gets delivered straight to your door, so you don't even have to, you know, don't even have to go out and get cold if you don't want to. So are we buying you a laptop for Christmas then, are we?
No, thank you very much. I couldn't see it properly, and I wouldn't want all the hassle about them.
I'd like to see your mother trying your laptop, wouldn't you?
Be fun.
No, I'm quite happy with my television and my audio books and everything else. Yeah.
I do like the audio books, I must admit, from my travelling.
I actually managed to get a Wilbur Smith one.
Oh right, very good. So how many discs is that then? Okay, it's probably thousands, I should have thought.
Ooh.
Good Lord. Oh, is this tapes? This is tapes, is it? No, it's okay, I've got it.
I don't know what it is. She says you.
Yes, it's tapes.
Does it matter whether it's tapes or not? Yeah, and they're probably two-sided. The one I've
Yeah,
got
they
here
will be,
is
won't they?
two-sided.
It's 14 tapes.
Yeah. You know, and if I'm doing some ironing in there, or there's nothing much on the radio or something, and have my dinner tonight or something, yeah, it's great. I was listening to this one that I've got in here while I was waiting for you today.
Sean Courtney.
Sean Courtney, yeah.
So, wasn't he in the? Wasn't the Courtney family
Yeah, and his Courtney's and someone else.
in China? In his, because I think this is following through the family.
Oh yeah, probably.
Where
Yeah.
his, because they were part of the Great House.
Yeah. And actually, you've got one of my big books, haven't you? Probably lost it for me now.
It's big books.
One of my big books of
Wilbur Smith. No, I've still got it.
You still got it? Have you read it?
Yeah.
No,
That's
well,
why I'm
I'll
thinking-
bring it back next time I come. And,
Okay.
so it's years since I've read it, so
Yeah, I'm thinking.
The Lion Feeds or something.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's why I think it was one of the first that I